Well, my next guest is a national leader in industrial biotechnology, which is the study of integrating such activities into industry to create sustainable global economic development. I visited with Cornell professor Larry Walker at an energy conference sponsored by OSU about the economics of going green. Dr. Walker, when it comes to our country's energy future, I know we don't know all the answers, but do we even know all the questions right now?
The questions continues to pop up. If you look into your crystal ball, it's very fuzzy. When I started in bioenergy work, climate change was not on the radar. And yet that's a major question today. So expect new things to pop up that we're going to have to deal with. I think what makes it more challenging for us is that we had a good run with oil and natural gas. That run will probably continue for a while. But in a world that is more competitive, and I think that's another difference between now versus 30 years ago. China is a major player on the energy front. China is a major player on the precious metal front. So the competition that we have, the global competition that we have for energy, metals, food is expanding very rapidly. And so that adds another layer of complexity of planning a future, and it brings a lot of uncertainty to the table.
Bioenergy is such a broad category. Is there one specific or a couple specific sources that you think we should, for lack of a better term, tie our future to?
I won't tie our future to any particular one at this stage. I mean, there's some real opportunities with cellulosic biofuels. We currently have quite a bit of capacity in place in the U.S. on corn-based ethanol. That's not going to disappear anytime soon. There's a lot of interest in algae, okay, as a biofuel. Most of these technologies are in the early stages of technology readiness. And so the question is, how quickly can we turn them on? I can look at you dead in the eye today and say, I can make ethanol from switchgrass. I can make hydrogen from switchgrass. I can make oil from algae. I can make oil from switchgrass. The question is whether I can do it economical and in a sustainable way. And the big uncertainty is how rapidly will we turn the technology around in terms of improving the technology to make it more economical. The other part of the equation is, will we have time to go about developing our energy system in a rational way? If we had a hiccup in the Middle East, in Iran, that could change the landscape for energy very dramatically. So there's a lot of elements here other than the science and technology that will influence how our energy system evolves over the next 10, 20, 30 years.
Can we avoid the growing pains that we experienced when the last push of biofuels happened, when agriculture is very large here in the state, cattle feeding is very large here in the state, and everyone says, our prices are just making this uneconomical. We can't do this with prices where they are. Can we avoid that the next time around?
I would hope so, but there's no guarantee on that. There's always a certain amount of uncertainty in how technology, how opportunities are going to evolve. This is why you heard in my presentation, I like options. The more options I have, the easier it is for me to respond to a situation. Okay, but if only I have one option for every situation that pops up, I'm in a real bind. So what we need to be doing is creating possibilities, as many possibilities as we can, to help us prepare for some of the uncertainty that's going to pop up as times go by.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Walker.
Yeah, everyone calls me Larry.